Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how much it costs to actually start and maintain an S corporation. Now, if you know anything about S corporations, yes, they can be a little bit more expensive to actually set up and maintain versus something like an LLC or of course sole proprietorship. But a lot of the time, the additional cost to set up and maintain an S corp does make sense because of the amount of taxes that you're able to save with an S corp. And while the setup for an S corp can be done by yourself, I actually do recommend just hiring an outside service to do this for you. This is what I've done for all of my S corps. And if you guys want to actually learn step by step how to do that, I will leave a link down below. But yeah, anyways, when it comes to setting up and maintaining an S corp, here are the general costs. You have your articles of incorporation, you have your corporate seal, you have your franchise tax prepayment, you have your lawyer fees, which can be optional, you have payroll fees, and of course you have additional accounting fees as well. So now I'm going to go over each of these individually. So for your S corp articles of incorporation, this is generally going to cost you between $100 to $250. Your articles of incorporation include your legal business name, your legal name and address, type of corporate structure, business address, number of stock shares that everyone owns, the classes of stock that you are authorized to issue, as well as the signature from at least one incorporator. It might also include info such as the name of the legal representative or registered agent, their address, names and addresses of the original board of directors, how long you intend on doing business, as well as the purpose of the corporation. So yeah, like I said, this costs anywhere between $100 to $250, and you'll be filing this in the state that you are incorporating in. You can do this on your own, but I just recommend using a service and they'll basically take care of this for you. Next is your corporate seal. This usually costs around $50. There are some states that actually don't require a corporate seal. So for example, California and New York. But yeah, this is basically just going to contain the name of the business, the incorporation state, as well as the date. So yeah, it'll look something like this. Yeah, overall, this is not that important, and it's a super small fee if you do need to have one. Next is the franchise tax prepayment. So this is a tax that certain companies have to pay to do business in some states. It's also known as a privilege tax. Generally, for an S corp, this is going to be between $800 to $1,000 per year. And contrary to the name, it does not only apply to franchises. So whatever business you're starting, you may need to pay this franchise tax. Next is lawyer fees. This is optional, but it is recommended if you want to really stay in compliance. However, if you use a service to create your S corp for you, a lot of the times they will have people and lawyers that you can actually, consult with, and they'll make sure that your stuff is in compliance. But yes, if you do decide to go the traditional route, the hourly rate for a lawyer should be between $150 to maybe $400. And if you do set up an S corp with a law firm, they'll generally charge between $500 to $700 to set up. This can be higher, but like I said earlier, you don't need to go through a lawyer. You can just use a service like InkFile, and they'll basically do that for you. And that link to InkFile, as well as the video showing you exactly how to set up an S corp using InkFile, will be down below. That's going to be a lot cheaper than going through a lawyer. Next up is going to be your payroll fees. So like I said earlier, having an S corp does cost more than a sole proprietorship or a general LLC. This is because you do need to pay yourself a W-2 salary from your company. Generally, the costs for payroll are going to be at least $50 per month, and it will be higher depending on the payroll size. Meaning if you have more people on payroll, then it's going to cost more. But yeah, generally expect to pay between $50 to $100 per month. I currently pay $50 per month, and it's just myself on the payroll. There are lots of services you guys can use to set up your payroll. There's Gusto, there's ADP, there's tons of other services. And we'll be leaving some helpful links down below if you are looking for a payroll provider. And then next is going to be your accounting fees, right? So when you have an S corp, it's likely that your business is going to be a little more complex than a sole proprietorship. And that's why it's very important to have an accountant. Not only that, but it's also very important to have a bookkeeper that helps maintain your books in case of an audit. Having your books up to date means you're going to know exactly where your business is. You're going to know your profit and loss. You'll know your monthly revenues as well as projected earnings or costs and stuff like that. So yeah, this is very important. The amount you spend on accounting is really going to depend on who you use. I'll say that most businesses charge between $500 to $2,000 for an S corp business return. For bookkeeping, this is also going to vary wildly depending on how many transactions you have in your S corp per month. But I'll say expect to spend maybe $100 to $300 or $400 per month on bookkeeping. And finally, another recurring expense is going to be your registered agent service. Generally, these are going to be between $100 to $300 per year. And while it is optional to use an outside registered agent, I definitely do recommend it because if you don't, you're going to have your own address available publicly for other people to see. Plus, they use your registered agent contact information to actually serve you in the case you get get sued, and send any other legal documents. So it's very important that you have someone that is available during normal business hours to collect the mail and to be there in case they actually come over and serve you. We also have a video down below showing you how to get a very affordable registered agent. And yeah, this is just how I've done it, and it's worked really well for me. So yeah, overall, those are the main big costs associated with setting up and maintaining an S Corp. It's definitely more expensive than having a sole proprietorship as well as a standard LLC. But if you're making over, let's say, $40,000 to $50,000 in net profit, the added benefits in terms of tax savings definitely will outweigh the additional costs. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. This whole channel is dedicated to giving you guys free guides and tutorials helping you to start up your business. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.